After going through the laboratory, dismantling it one panel at a time, and, leaving many staircases demolished, paths blocked, probably some tape left lying around as well, Misaka has done her duty, one more of them shut down. And with all the data erased from another, has it all come to an end? No. Not by a long shot. And if we remember his many struggles with the vending machine. Someone who just happens to appear and interject himself into any situation. There's not much they could do. And yet, despite having no particular power whatsoever, it would require a complete moron. And of course, cut to him having issues doing a basic task like using a vending machine. Being a fool isn't all too bad. I've done quite well with that. And if I remember rightly, I kind of know when this episode takes place in the other storyline. So now we actually see a bit more of the behind the scenes work and the other characters in it. Also, for the trouble that she's going through at the minute and everything that she's having to internalise. The fact that Tom has managed to kind of calm her ever so slightly just by being there. He has too much power. She's saying things as though it's in a authoritarian kind of manner. He doesn't get it at all. But with the amount of people that he kind of steps in and helps it out, of course he's not going to remember it for everyone. Ah. Also, this is with a certain state of his memory. It's evil. Luckily, she has a way around this. I mean, did he have anything smaller? She needed that. So where is that laugh now, then? Just get it to spill its entire or that. You know, she could just trick it electronically. No, sometimes not passive, it's physical persuasion. And compared to the greys and browns of the lab, bright flower garden in cake, it's a good break. Get their imaginations racing. They're going to, if they keep talking about this, they're going to make that poor girl catatonic. Let's not draw any conclusions there. They immediately react, even with issues of their own. Deep in thought, because they're members of Judgment, straight into action. As soon as the alarm goes off, leg it. I mean, he paid for it fair and square beforehand. Apparently. So why not get one of everything? I'm sorry, you're just not strong enough for him to remember. And usually, like, memory issues and like amnesia storylines are annoying as hell. But has Toma's memory actually been a storyline or anything so far other than just like throwaway lines? And being seen with a guy. Oh no, the gates of hell are opening. I mean, not entirely wrong, but he has to go through her first. I mean, is it fine to just jump to conclusions like this, even if you have your conversations beforehand? But well, that's cleared up that one issue. if anyone tries to teleport Tolma, why doesn't like his hand stay behind? Where does that power actually emanate? I think she's more dangerous than the scientists or even any of the religious groups out there. And who's now walking up with those like shin-high socks? Now, obviously this is going to bring up some traumatic memories for her. They were born quite a few years apart. Let's put this in the database. I also can't remember exactly how much of this... This I know about. And after taking down all of the laboratories, like what I was saying, where do they all go if it has finished? Checking the energy sequencer on the vending machine. For the original, the schedule can change. Despite everything, you can't avoid getting entangled in this one. That has not altered in the slightest. Just ended. Also, big number. Which is affecting her more? The fact that it's continued, despite her efforts? Or just how many? No. I mean, this is quite a stretch to say that she's the one killing them, even if they are like she's the progenitor. Just being called that by the same voice as before, same face. And without being given emotions or anything, they're not going to quite understand that. Just log it in the database. I guess he could... He can hand off a drink or two. Well, where's the sigh? She's so helpful. Yeah, rather than just the kind of like police robots or anything, these sisters can be put to much better use. They follow orders so well. Of course, they're not going to just sit back and allow all of the attacks to go, unhindered. Got to make plans to carry on. Oh. She found that out kind of quickly. There seems to be a lot of people here interested and intrigued by the idea of this level 6. That's one of the questions that I had. This could easily lead her down a path or two. Right, that was meant to be chewing gum sound, okay. Was it? Couldn't tell if that was meant to be gum or a finger. I mean, there have been many people who have come up to Accelerator in many ways. All of them have been summarily flattened. And then, what if they can? But is he the strongest without any abilities? It seems like just false promises. And just gaining strength, what does that actually get him? World domination? Of course, ethics isn't something that stands in their way very often, if at all. So the original plan was to do something nice with her DNA, and then that... Oh, another 10 down then. And then that the plan got scrapped. Such simple thinking. As if there's a culprit, some one person to be held accountable for all of this. The thing is, if they control all of the surveillance and infrastructure and whatnot, then even if she tried to expose this to the world, they could find a way of trying to cover that up. Now she's treating them as people. If she becomes an enemy of the state, will you stay by her side? She's not done with Academy City until the drinks machine is thoroughly paid for it. The clones are just secondary. Is she going to immediately falter at some fake tears? She gonna talk in her sleep? Then there's a consequence she's going to have to accept. I can't remember if we've been told the number that were remaining, but it is quickly catching up. There has been so many cases of people suffering traumatic events and then attaching that to someone that they know, whether, loved ones or whatever, and just seeing them as being a bane of their existence, even if they had no actual connection to the event. I'm not sure if there's even, time can fix this one. Especially when you have that, smidgen of hope. Oh, we've stopped it. It's over. We're done. Actually, love. Nah. Take a look behind door number 2. I do like how the stories are intertwining, but it also makes you think, how much of this have I seen? Do I remember? Is it playing out the same way as I already know? And is this the sister where she goes with Tom, I don't know, I think it's outside the convenience store or whatever, and she's carrying the kitten? I still don't get the plan behind making Accelerator level 6, the strongest of the strongest. Exceed the limitations of the strongest. Congratulations. You've created a super soldier who has the ability to wipe out everything you've created. You've shown the world what you can do, but if you also can make a monster capable, not only strength-wise of doing all this, but also mentality of no qualms about killing 20,000 relatively innocent people. I hope you've got a bloody good plan after you've made it. But it is funny to see the actual issues that are going on, the things that are troubling someone, and then from the eyes and perspective of someone else who has no idea of the true gravity of the situation. What's the worst they can come up with? It seems so trivial in comparison. But with everything being shared on that misaka network, the meeting with the cat, ice cream, now this don't appear before me again, something that they can probably do quite well. Avoid being seen. Maybe ignorance of what's going on is actually proportionally okay for the situation. I don't think she needs an update every time a new experiment has fulfilled itself. Ran to completion. Been swept up. But what exactly all of that entails is one for the next episode, and if you're enjoying the slow mental decline of our main character and hopefully some light at the end of the tunnel, that isn't like a 18-wheeler truck, maybe come back for more. If you enjoyed this one, let me know. Leaving a like and a comment down below definitely helps out the channel. Gets you to share some of your experiences as well. And if you want to make sure not to miss out, consider subscribing. I hope none of us come close to experiencing something like this. It'd be hard-pressed if we did. Get some rest. See you in the next one.